we wanted to be. I just felt like our offense gave in too many opportunities in the open court. You look at one stat, 27 threes of their 17, 34 free throws for them, 17 for us because our guards refused to drive the ball. We got to the bonus. I thought that was a big part of it. And defensively, they're very good offensive team, obviously, but with our game plan, I think against Azubuike was obviously good, but then we let a guy come in like Lawson and go for 24 and 13, and I just thought we were way too emotional during the first half of the game, and that just too many bad shots from the three-point line, not sticking to what we needed to do, and not to take anything away from Kansas, but you can't have that big a discrepancy in free throws. Well, you can if you refuse to drive the ball, and we didn't get enough, and we took some bad shots, and that was, again, too emotional, and that's disappointing, because we should be better than them.
How do you get more consistently from guys around Grant Handle?
Well, again, they do what we practice. I mean, we didn't do one thing what we wanted to do in terms of once we run our initial hits, getting into our flow game, because the guards were just shooting it, as opposed to getting the movement that we wanted to get to the glass more. And that led to some easy baskets for them. We gave up, and they're going to get some lobs and some of those things. We actually, at the end of the game, we had one time tonight where we broke down on the dribble weave where Lamonte pointed out a switch, which we said we're absolutely not going to do. They get down the lane, easy basket. And, it's just, those are the first, and I told them before the game, it's going to be a one-possession basketball game. And I said that both teams are good basketball teams. Both teams, again, you're not going to get fouled, and we should have put the ball inside more. They couldn't guard us in there. We felt that right from the very beginning. We weren't sure. We knew they were going to double team. I thought we handled that pretty well. Grant, at the end of the game, should have got up on the glass a little bit. Admiral struggled early, but again, we didn't get the movement out of our flow game that we wanted, and that's the most disappointing thing for me.
Were you surprised that your guys were emotional early, given how many other classes you had?
Yes. But again, it's early, they want to play. And I say emotional, just antsy, jumpy. I think at the end of the game, Bowden has a chance to drive the ball, he just loses the ball. Think about Schofield running down the floor, not looking for the ball, Bone throws it to him. Bone tries to catch it one hand, it goes out of bounds. Those are plays that you can't make. Especially an older group of guys, you can't do it. Those guys have played too much. And those are plays that come back and haunt you when you don't give yourself a chance on those plays.
Obviously not the result you want, but you think this is a game that will help you guys?
Oh, no doubt. That's why you play. You want to play against teams, and Kansas is a very talented team. They really are, and Bill does a great job. They stay within their frame of what they're trying to do, and they didn't do one thing different because his teams execute at a very high level, and they did. They shot 50%, didn't they? And which you're gonna win a lot of games doing that, but that's because they're very efficient. They know exactly what they're looking for, and they do it. We haven't gotten there yet, and that's where the next step that we can take.
How does Grant avoid foul trouble? He battled it last year.
Well, again, I'm not. I'd have to look at it and see. I don't know some of them. He's involved in so many plays. I don't know if he gave. I can't think right now of all his fouls. If he cheap ones, I don't know. I don't know if he had any cheap ones. Last year he got a lot of cheap fouls, but people are going to come at him, which, like we went after our best guys, and they're going to go at our best guys. And Grant wasn't very good early in the game. He was jumping around, giving up drives, but we asked him to do a lot. He had 8 rebounds, but again, I've told you guys all along, I think he's a double. I thought we got good play from some guys that hadn't played in many situations like that with Fulkerson, and he did a good job. We actually did a pretty good job on Vic, and we let him. You can't play him with your feet inside the three-point line. And when he raised up and got that one, and we just didn't want to let him get going. And but then we gave him enough room a couple of times and let him, because we just didn't do what we talked about in our scouting report.
Take 2 more.
With such a veteran team, how do you regain that composure going into more marquee matchups?
We just, what we're doing, we're not going to win them all. I don't think Kansas is going to win them all either. You learn from it, and it's disappointing. I mean, think about it, we're one rebound away from having a chance to win the game in regulation, but we don't come up with it. I thought they beat us to 50-50 balls, whether loose balls or whatever. And, but you'll learn from it. And, but this time of year, that's why you play these games. You play them you want to go up against the best teams and see where you stack up. And I know we can play better. I'm sure Bill will find some things about his team. He thinks they can play better too, but I know we're a lot better than 41% from the floor. And the fact we took 27 threes really bothered me a lot because we didn't do what we asked them to do.
What was Admiral doing struggling early? What was he trying to do too much of or not enough?
Well, again, I think the fact he missed a couple shots early affected him. And he came back, and then at the end, he was trying to do too much, obviously, and we told him that if you rebound, you can't get a clean look, kick it out and maybe get a three, and those are always daggers, but, he was pressing, but there's no reason to run down the floor and not see the ball, there's no reason to do that, and because that's something that we work on and try to get done. Those are the ones that kill you, and it sting the most is when you do that. At the end, when you look at the tape and you realize in a possession game, which it should be, and it got down there at the end of the game, both teams, it was possession basketball. They were doing their deal, we were doing our deal. And again, we had a chance. We'd have rebounded the ball to maybe come down and see what happens, but we didn't. And again, they outplayed us, they beat us. Thank you guys.